What up, y'all? How's it going? BenDeen here, and today I'm going to be eating a couple tuna fish sandwiches and some potato chips and drinking this Dr. Pepper over here. I just got this delivered from the #1 worldwide leader in sandwiches, Subway. It was about 13 bucks for everything, and it's looking good. It's smelling good. I got two different kinds of. Well, it's essentially the same type of thing with different toppings. So this sandwich over here, it has lettuce and tomatoes. This is kind of the classic. And then the tuna fish on this side was with a bunch of melted cheese. So you can't even really see the tuna fish, but you can mostly see the cheese over here. This one is a variation. You know, this one is an black olive tuna fish sandwich. I have these open faced right now because you know what it is. It's Subway. If I were to close these, all you would see is the bread. No hate to Subway, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is one of my friend's favorite foods, I believe. He swears by this. He used to live in Korea. He's not here anymore. But from what I remember, he would eat Subway a lot. And every single time he would get this. Only this. The classic tuna sandwich with olives. So I figured I would give this a try because he really just swore by it. This is what I would usually get, you know, just a classic tomatoes and lettuce with some tuna. And I also have some Korean potato chips called poker chips. If you didn't know, you'd probably think, let me guess, Lay's, but they're not Lay's, they're Korean, but they taste like Lay's. Also, shout out to Ken for this idea here. We didn't give me the idea, but he just loved this sandwich. So I'm gonna try this one out first. All right. I'll tell you what, I love me a tuna fish sandwich. And I gotta say, not bad. Definitely not bad. Actually, it's really good. Who am I kidding here? I really like this sandwich. The tuna fish is, well, it's the main ingredient. You can get probably the same tuna fish anywhere you go in the world, to any Subway you go to. In my opinion, it's pretty good. I'm not an expert on tuna fish. I only started recently really messing with tuna fish sandwiches, but I'm really liking them a lot these days. And this is good. I think the olives do give it a nice extra kick. Honestly, the tuna salad in general is a pretty strong flavor in my opinion. Not fishy or anything. But you get a lot of some saltiness, even like a little bit of sweetness from that tuna, I feel like. The richness, creaminess of the mayo, and then the olives kind of is another strong flavor, right? And so they're not really competing, they're working together in this sandwich. And you know, I give them props, Ken. This is a pretty decent sandwich, but I'm gonna go ahead and try this one. This is just the classic here. A classic tuna fish sandwich with tomatoes and lettuce. I got both of these on white bread, by the way. It might be a little bit boring, but first bite, I'm not getting as strong of flavors from this as I was getting from this. The lettuce and the tomato, they do take away some of the strong flavor of the tuna. They give it a little balance of freshness and you know, the juice from the tomato. Honestly, I can't really taste the cheese, but I might be switching over, man. This one is, I don't know, it's just more flavorful. I guess it depends on what you're in the mood for, but yeah, both of them good sandwiches. Like I said, I'm really liking tuna fish sandwiches these days. Never had one until like a few years ago, really. It was never something that was at my house growing up. Ever. Tuna. Canned tuna or fresh tuna or whatever. My parents never made it for me. Me and my brother never asked for it, so never tried it. I think the first time I had it was when I went off to college. I did one semester at a real college and then the other at kind of an online school, but I had like one semester of a classic college kid experience living in the dorms. And that was the first time I delivered food too, because my parents were kind of against delivery. I don't think that, they wouldn't, I don't know why actually. I don't think they wanted to pay the tip when they could just go and get it themselves. I guess the gas and the time wouldn't be as much as the tip would be. I don't know. We just never got delivery, even though there weren't that many options. Me and my brother and I would ask, like, hey, we should get this delivered. And they were like, nah. Anyway, when I was living in the dorms. On my own, I'm like, man, I'm about to get some delivery, man. Oh. That's what you gotta be careful for. There was also no Jimmy John's in my hometown, but there was in the college town, so I would get delivery Jimmy John's like all the time. Everyone in my building. It was just like a hot place, man. I spent way too much money on that, even though it wasn't that expensive. But anyway, one time I was like, man, I probably might not have been in my right state of mind. Maybe I was. Who knows? I was like, man, I'm just gonna try out a tuna fish sandwich, and I tried it, and it wasn't that good to me. Maybe it was because of the mindset I was in. Maybe because they just didn't make it right. In a college town, people ordering Jimmy John's left and right. You're gonna have some mess ups here and there, I'm assuming, but it wasn't that good, and it kind of turned me off of them for a long time until recently. I just started getting into them. And man, those dorm days for that one semester, those are some crazy days. Not even that crazy though, to be honest. Like, cause I never really drank and partied that much. But I remember just like it's a crazy time. When you go out to college for the first time, or just leave your parents' house, it's a pretty exciting time, especially when you're like, I don't know, I was an idiot. Like, I don't know how, because I dropped out after that first semester, and I was working weird jobs for a while, and then I got back into school later. But I'm surprised. I mean, I guess there are a lot of kids that drop out and have problems in school, but like, I didn't even party that hard. Everyone around me was partying like 10 times harder than me, and they were all like doing well. Maybe it was because I just didn't care as much or at all. Well, I mean, like, let's see, I sold my car before I went to college. It was a cheap, real cheap car. It was a Plymouth Breeze from like 1997. Sold that. I got like 2,000. I took all that money down with me to college, and I blew it within in the first semester, the first like few months. And like I didn't have any money, and I wasn't like doing well in my classes, so I was like, man, like, forget this, man. I gotta find some way to make some money or something, you know? I don't know how many people, like how all these people, I don't know. I give props. I'm not saying, I'm not hating. I give them people props who make it through like college in the traditional sense, where right out of high school you just go to college, get done in like 4 years, or that's one thing that I could not do. What else? Some crazy stuff happened in those days. Like, everyone on my floor was like a maniac. I mean, they're all kind of similar to me. My roommate, like, kind of like no nerds. There aren't no nerds around there. Nobody who likes studying. A lot of people who like doing like kind of crazy stuff. Like we were like, I thought I was bad, kind of bad going in, but there are some people who were like, I remember, all right, one dude, he was like, this is a crazy thing. He was on my floor. It was all dudes, by the way, on this floor, but he was like 19 years old. His nose, this is kind of messed up, but it was flopping around because he had done so much cocaine. By the time he was a freshman in college, I was like, damn, these people aren't messing around. Like, you know, I smoked some weed or something, but like these other people are crazy, man. People getting into these like some crazy stuff, like, and I saw some people's lives go downhill pretty quick on my floor in like literally 5 months. Crazy times, crazy times. The town that school was in, though, like the place where I lived for a few years, it is kind of dirty. Dirty place. Lots of drugs, hippies. That kind of stuff, so it's not really surprising, but anyway, maybe I'll tell you some more dorm stories some other time, but I want to say happy Monday, or Tuesday. I'm not sure when I'm going to upload this, but it is Monday. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hopefully it didn't snow on you or something. Seems like it's been doing that a lot lately. In America too, but hope it was a good weekend. I had actually admit, this weekend was really nice. And I didn't do anything. This is the first weekend in a while that like, I stayed in Friday night. I stayed in Saturday night. I actually went out a little bit on Sunday evening. Which is last night for me, but yeah, I don't know. It was relaxing, and I don't know. I didn't even leave the house for like 2 days. But last night we went to my girlfriend and I and a couple friends. We went to a jazz bar. Which was really cool, actually. I thought it was pretty cool. I've never been to a jazz bar anywhere, not in America or Korea before. So, I'm not really sure how this one stacks up compared to other ones, but it was low key. I mean, there's only like, besides us, I think there's like 4 other people in there. and the band was just like two people. They had a pianist, some girl who was pretty good, I thought, and some dude who was playing the saxophone. Who, yeah, I thought it was decent. I guess my friends who have seen like more jazz said he wasn't that good, but I thought it was decent. And they played some, like, I don't know if you guys know the on YouTube these days, like the beats to study and relax and chill to. They got a lot of like YouTube radio, like live streams now. It's kind of like that lo-fi jazz hip hop type of thing, and that was the vibe I was getting. They did some, like, you might have heard, if you like anime, like the Ghibli kind of lo-fi hip hop remixes, and they did some stuff like that. Yeah, I was really enjoying it. It was real chill. We got some wine. And yeah, it was just real chill, man. And it wasn't too loud. That's one thing I don't like about live music sometimes. Like, depends on the music, you know. If you're there to go see a show, then you want it to be loud. But if you're there to just chill with like some live music and kind of in the background, it was perfect because it wasn't too loud. Sometimes, like, I've been to places where, you know, in Seoul, where you don't have much room, you don't have much space, so it's like a smallish bar, but a band, drums, guitarists, bassists go on full speed, full blast, and you can't even hear the person right next to you. You gotta shout at the top of your lungs, and even still, you can't really hear. Talking about you, Rainbow. It's a hookah bar. I remember one time we just ended up texting each other at the same table. Like, we started a group chat. At the same table, just talking with each other through the group chat. Because it was like, just blasting our eardrums off, man. That's about it for this video. Before I end it, I want to give a shout out to Kimothy. Thank you for supporting me on Patreon. Really appreciate you. Thank you all for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.